Hello, everybody. Elizabeth Varian here. Let's get some of my head in there. I am coming to you, creating this on Saturday, still in my gym clothes, in all my natural beauty, so that we have a video for you for Sunday, the day before we start our 30-day challenge. And this video is going to help you prepare to create your actual 2 to 3 intentions. And right out the gate, I want to tell you there's no specific formula for intentions that work for everybody. I have created videos on YouTube. Go check out our channel. I'll put a link in the post for intention setting if you want more in depth. But it's going to be something that you align with. If you're like some of the people that are here and you've done this for decades, continue to write your intentions the way that you energetically align with it. If you're brand new to this, then let me give you some pointers how to do it. And I'm actually going to read to you one of mine so that you have an understanding ahead of time. Now, before I go into some overviews on setting intentions, let me tell you right out of the gate on Monday morning, the very first post in the challenge is, what are you intending? What are your 2 to 3 intentions for the month of October? It doesn't need to be something that ends in October, but something you're focused on with everybody in October. You do not have to post your intention on there. Listen very clearly to this, because I've already had someone tell me, Elizabeth, I'm a private person. Even in a closed Facebook group, I don't want to write my business out there, even if it's something as small, as doors opening. So I'm like, well, that's fine. We got to work with every personality type out there. All the zodiac signs. I've been hanging out with my friend Hattie a lot lately and learning about why I am the way I am. And it's great because you accept who you are, and I accept who you are. So on that day, if sharing isn't for you, it's okay. Just write, I have my intentions, or I have my intentions, but they're close to my heart. And the reason that you post that is in one of my other videos, I talked about whether you share your intentions or you don't share your intentions. And basically, it both ways work. And with one way of sharing your intentions, everyone can read your intentions very clearly and come in alignment with you very specifically. And that's great. You're mentally writing it down, your hands are in there, kinetically you're writing it down, or kinesthetic, sorry. And then you're visually seeing it, and if you read it out loud, then you're hearing it as well. All of your senses are getting actively involved in it. And then other people are getting involved in it for collective energy. However, if it's close to your heart and important to you, then you hold it into your heart. It's equal energy. It's a strong energy of importance if you put the value on it. And both ways have worked for me. I like that in the Bible, Jesus didn't heal blind people all the same way. I personally don't want to be spitting in dirt and putting mud on people's eyes, but I'm not going to claim to be Jesus anyhow. So it just shows miracles happen in various ways. So you don't have to share your specific intention unless you choose to. Just say, it's close to my heart, I've got them. And then every day when I'm reading my intentions, I'm going to read the intentions of those who have written them. And then those who haven't written them, I'm going to say such and such an intention that is close to their heart. I am in agreement with them that it has come to pass, right? So be it, or amen. So writing the actual intention. Number one rule is you absolutely have to write it positive and keeping it in present tense as if it has already come about. And you think, be, do, have. Who am I being? Do I have something? What am I doing? Any intention that is be, do, have, pretty much encompasses everything. It is nothing to do with other people and them be doing and having. It's about yourself. They can be, do, have all on their own, and you can be in alignment to being a cheerleader for them, but you have no control over other people. But you can come in alignment with them if they ask you to pray for them. That's all that is you're coming in agreement with them. Present tense, I have this, I am this, I'm doing this, I'm excited, I'm thrilled. I don't always write thrilled, joyful, grateful, blessed, whatever. I've started to more and more because I'm listening to coaches that keep saying it and it gets in my consciousness. But basically, that you have it. Now, as you read it, to be in gratitude or thanksgiving or blessed, whichever term you connect with, that's great. That emotion should be on it as you read it each day. So those are the only real rules that you have to add. Now, let me give you some other pointers, though. Thing that I have added is the why. Bob Proctor has taught this for years. And in fact, I started listening to his Born to be Rich. There's a 10-hour conference from 1980 something out on YouTube. It's free. So I have my 3 already. I started this last week. I just didn't start the writing part. And I have my intention on the front and I have my why on the back. It's not necessary for you to do it to make something come about, but it is nice and useful. You know, if it's important to you and you want to be, to go deeper and connected to it, if it's long term and you need motivation, that's fantastic. If you have an intention, but you don't know why you want it, it's more surface, kind of close to the I'm wishing, I have a goal, I hope to, but, you know, I want $1 million and this is why, and it's near and dear to my heart. That is, you know, I'm going to pay off these bills. I want to achieve this goal. I've never experienced having $1 million, so I would like to experience it. That's awesome. So you don't have to write it down, but it's a nice thing to do and have for yourself. Now, your why, it can be very selfish if you want. It's so unruly for us to think I want $1 million just because I want $1 million and I want to experience having it. That, oh, well, if I'm going to write this, and I started doing this is why I added this in. Oh, I want to have this much money. Oh, I've got to write something for the greater good of other people or why I'm doing it for other people. It's not necessary. That's a limiting belief in manifesting. It feels good, it sounds good, but it isn't necessary. You know, I always believe that, you know, if I'm doing good for myself, it has the ripple effect and the energy and collective consciousness that then it rolls out to other people. So if you need to believe that or state that, then that's fantastic because that is what I believe. So like my weight loss goal, it actually doesn't sound morally right. It's not for health. It's not for anything except I like my smaller clothes. I like my wardrobe. I miss it. And I like how they look on me and I like how I feel. That's perfectly fine. Money. I want to receive and feel the experience of receiving certain type of accounts in my business. It creates security for others, but for me, I like the passive income. Perfectly fine to have that as your why. I'm giving you the okay to be selfish in wanting something for you without guilt. And we will cover any emotions that come up along our way in the 30 days, so don't think about that. So, to date or not to date is the question of the hour. If you have a date, if you have a specific, write the date if you have a specific time frame in mind. If you want to prove that you can, which is more often than not what I'm doing for myself. The lesson I had in January when I attended a manifesting event, in fact, I think Tasha is on this, that she said I'm in. It was at her event, which is coming in January. It looks like we're heading back to our old Fort Lauderdale stomping ground, which is where we originally met, which is funny. But at her event on this January in 2018, one of the biggest things that I got during that event in my journaling time was you already have all the information in you. You need to trust yourself. And that has literally been the struggle of learning all year long. And helping someone with a focus group, that same topic came up. You have to trust that universe is going to deliver. And so for me, date and time frames helps to solidify that confidence that I need for me. That I'm proving that I can do this by this date by stepping up and doing these steps, right? Whatever it is. Or as Denise Duffield Thomas says, throw everything at it, right? So that's the time that you would put a date. If you have a structured mind where you work off of a calendar, have a date. If you won't have focus or get yourself put into action unless you have a date. Those are all the reasons to have a date. Now, a person that I was speaking to who's bucking the date, she just doesn't want to write the date. Don't write the date. Be aligned with what your intention is. There's no set rule that says you have to date it. It's just more useful for many other people. That's why there's no one way. When I teach the laws of creation, I tell you every possible way I can think of, and that's still not a complete list. The law of attraction, energizing your magnet to attract and call to yourself. There's no specific way to do it. There's a whole list on a video that I've already done, and that still doesn't cover every way. And a law of allowing, it works various ways to other people. That's the law of letting go. And how you do it depends on who you are. And I want to respect and love you exactly who you are. I'm not going to try and change you and make you someone you're not. I've already learned through astrology, we're all born into our personalities and we should cherish them. How? This is where a lot of people get the stumbling block. I want to keep conscious of my time. And a lot of times people will write a how instead of the end result or what they're actually trying to intend. So I want you to think when you write your intention of this, the experience versus the end result. They are both intentions. So, example, if you you desire $1 million, but you write your intention down to win the lottery through the product sales, through client, appointments, through an event, through teachings, through a course, through equals how. By way of is just a fancy way of saying through. So what you're saying is, this is the how. I'm limiting you, Mr. Mrs. Universe, law of attraction, the infinite source of possibilities, God, I'm telling you how to do the job. Don't do it. You're just going to frustrate yourself. Because I worked with someone, we did a partnership on manifesting, and they focused on the lottery, and I realized by listening to them, they didn't really want to win the lottery. Because when they talked about the lottery, what did they say? Well, I know that I can get an attorney so I don't have to be on TV, or I can do this so I don't have to have my name here, or I have to have my name here, but I can tolerate it. And if people come up begging for money, what is that? That's every reason that you don't really want to experience the lottery. There are so many ways to win $1 million that it doesn't have to be through a lottery. There's so many ways that $1 million can come into your bank account that may be not through a product sales or through a specific business. Many of us who have started businesses started many other businesses. They were stepping stones, not failures, to the path that we're on currently. You never know what direction or pathway. When I did Key West 30-day I did a manifestation for 30 days in Key West, I had over $400, near $500 show up from a class action lawsuit I had no knowledge of from 2010 credit card I no longer had. Don't limit the hands of the universe, God, infinite source of possibilities. However, if you do want to experience holding that big check, having all the cameras on you, smiling ear to ear to feel the experience of winning the lottery, then go ahead and write that lottery down. You want to experience the elation. You already feel positive about the experience, and that's really what you want. Then that is an intention. Do you see the difference? One's way more uplifting, higher vibration. I have a set number of product sales that I want. And one time when I started with my current manifesting partner, I had told her, you know what, I want $10,000 passive income. And I thought about it and I'm like, that's not really what yes, I want $10,000 passive income. But really, I would like to experience these $100 a month accounts. I want to experience my team in the process of having massive number of accounts showing up. I want to see where the tweaks are in us helping more people to be secure online. It is exciting for me to get these passive incomes. It's wonderful that I don't have to sell a business if I don't choose to. It's up to me if I want to. It's up to me that, and the reason that came up is whether I have Live Joy Today or Webmaster for Hire. I like them both. I like both businesses, so I don't have to get rid of them. So I want to experience certain number of product sales. So that's an experience that has the end result in mind. So I want you to keep that in mind. What in the end result do you want to experience? Having money in your bank account, having a certain number of book sales, course sales, attendees at an event. I'm trying to think of who all's on here. If you want to experience a set number of, a set change in a relationship that does not have the other person changing, just the relationship itself, you're changing in it. And I say that because we can't control other people. And if what you're wanting to experience is outside what they're wanting to do, maybe that relationship isn't for you, or something better will come along. If you're in a dating relationship, I don't know the answers. There's so many. That's why I say infinite possibilities and the infinite source of possibilities. But what is your end result? We're focused on 2 to 3. Keep it as short or as long as you desire. Just remember, you're going to be writing it every day. You're either going to write it first thing in the morning or last thing before you go to bed. And if you're a super achiever, 2 times a day. Write first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed. Hopefully this has helped you to set your intention. Monday, right off the gate, we are starting our 30 days manifestation challenge. And I'm excited to hear what happens, all the excitement. I didn't know my shirt was all bunched up. Everything that is joyful that is going on as we go through this challenge. So talk to you on Monday. Happy writing intentions. Talk to you later. Bye.